Well, greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome back once again, or for the very first time, to the Farts and Crap Show, where today, as per usual, it's your host Anjo here with part 96 of Sekiro, the complete series. Hope you guys are all doing well today, and if this is your first time here, I'm sorry to say you missed the entire series. This is the finale. So, yeah, it's the final episode. I'm gonna go over my final thoughts and everything. Kind of a informal review at the end. And, yeah, we're about to get the final ending that we don't have, the true ending, which is known as Return. And we've gotten the other three already. We maxed out Vitality, we did all the NPC side quests. We did all of the gauntlets except for Mortal Journey because I don't see the point. There's no reason to do it. You don't get anything for it. And, yeah, we acquired every prayer bead, did all the optional things, and the whole time did it charmless. So, yeah. As far as difficulty goes, like, I kind of like how this game does it. Like, it's a little bit different. I mean, I'll save it for later. But yeah, for the sake of this being the ending, I'm not gonna skip the cutscenes at least the first time. If I have to retry the boss, I'll skip the ones we've already seen in this episode, but yeah, we should be good to go, and we also should have Fine Snow, which we don't have actually, so I'm gonna go back to the Divine Child real quick and get some of that, because that is very good and very helpful. That on top of the rice balls that we have, like, yeah, we're gonna have so much healing. Like, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get this on my first try, but
Shinobi of the Divine Air, so you've acquired the Tears of the Dragon.
Yes.
The Tears of the Dragon. If Lord Kuro drinks them together with the frozen tears I provided, then he will be able to rest within my cradle.
yeah, so I was saying, but the thing, oh right, I think I'll be able to get it on my first try, but it has been like over a week since I've recorded for the series, so I might be a little bit rusty. And for the sake of a video I'm working on, I am using a different controller, so for pretty much this entire series, I've been using the 8BitDo Pro 2 for Xbox with Hall effect sensors, and that is like my favorite controller now. But I used to use this one all the time, the 8BitDo Pro 2 wired controller. The only wired non-Xbox Pro 2 that they have. And this is like the redesign one. When they came out with the gray and black, like the original PlayStation coloring one. And yeah, I have worked on this controller before. It used to have some issues, and it still kind of does because it's had so much wear, and I've like used it for so much, and it has a little bit of drift because it just has the standard, I think, Alps joysticks on here. I don't think it's the slightly better, what's the other one they used for the wired Ultimate? the King Silvers. I'm pretty sure it's not the King Silvers. Pretty sure it's the standard Alps analog sticks that they used for a lot of their controllers, and not like even the nice ones that they used on the Pro 2 Bluetooth, which I'm pretty sure also has Alps, but actually those ones might be King Silvers. I doubt it, but because yeah, the Ultimate Wire does feel a little bit better on the Joy. It feels noticeably different.
Shinobi of the divine air, the fine snow has fallen with such a glisten to it. Now, hold out your hand.
All right.
Bless us with a silvery harvest.
It's cold.
Rice is precious. Please return should you want for more.
Yeah, but we can only have one at a time, so.
If you wish to return the dragon's heritage to its rightful place, give him the frozen tears together with the dragon tears. He only needs but to drink them. If he does so, he will be able to rest within my cradle.
Yeah. And that was basically the...
Shinobi of the divine air, I pray that you will bring Lord Kuro safely to me.
Yeah, the wording there was different too. She doesn't mean literally. The wording there could have been translated better, but yeah, Alps joysticks traditionally have this thing where like you can do like a little calibration thing just by doing like full circles like 3 or 4 times. With the potentiometers, if they start to get a little meh, and then kind of like press in just like dead center for like 3 or 4 seconds, which can increase the smoothness a little bit. Which, yeah, I'm actually not sure if that has any bearing on the King Silver joysticks, because they are still like kind of the same technology, like just like traditional potentiometers, but where is... Okay, it's technically part of Ashna Castle. Okay. But yeah, I mean, this game has like inner dead zones anyway, so like a little bit of drift like does not matter, as most FromSoft games have. One thing I do really like about this controller is that the D-pad and like ABXY feel very good, but I've also like worked on those before because for a lot of like retro games where you do want like the Super Nintendo layout, that's kind of the way to go. Since this isn't a gauntlet or anything, actually, what do summons do? Recover posture when attacking or taking damage. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna have that equipped immediately. Let's just go with an Akko Sugar. Yeah, we'll be using Mortal Draw for Ishin, but standard... Yeah, just standard attacks for Genichiro. Because he's not special.
Lord Kuro.
Shinobi of the divine air, we meet again. Behold, the second mortal blade.
Genichiro. If you think you can change Ashina's fate with such a thing, you are mistaken. Wolf. No one has the right to the dragon's heritage. It is no one's to bear. I wish there was another way.
It's all right. One last time.
Yes. Let's finish this. I will restore up.
Yeah, and again, if this is your first time here, yeah, this version of Genichiro I think is like way easier. You just kind of stay aggressive, hit him with standard attacks, and if you want to use any kind of buff or anything, just avoid the first thing. He has, he always opens with the second mortal blade, and it gives you a pretty wide window to avoid it. You just kind of get behind him. And there's really only 2 attacks you need to watch out for that he does. It's the Mortal Blade attack and the jumping downward thrust, and the other like poke, which you can Makiri counter. And that's pretty much it. He has the other one where he charges up like a bunch of hits in quick succession that can't really be interrupted. It's very similar to the Spiral Cloud passage, or the Floating Passage, I would say. Yeah, for the most part, just keep R1 spamming and yeah, keep an eye out for those like couple of attacks.
Ashina to glory. Not allow Ashina to be crushed. In the end, I was powerless, but Ashina will rise once more. The dragon blood surging through her veins. With this, Ashina's long night comes to an end.
Pitiful grandchild. This was your last wish. To see Ashina returned from the great beyond. Which means Sekiro. I must destroy you. Count Sekiro! will.
Wolf, where are you?
Alright, and this should be obvious, but yeah, if you want the return ending, you have to give him both Dragon Tears and Frozen Tears. So,
I am at your side. Take the dragon tears. We must leave this place, my lord.
Lord Kuro, may you be at rest. Allow me to hold you in my heart. Everyone, it is time. I must depart. The journey to sever our ties with fate will be a very long one indeed. And yet, you still wish to join us.
I do.
You have my thanks, Shinobi of the Dragon. Know that Kuro shares my joy. Let us depart to the west, to the birthplace of the divine dragon.
Alright, there we go. Playthrough 4 complete. So, yeah, it's... Oh, it's a freaking awesome game, guys. So good. So good. And, yeah, as far as my informal review, little TLDR, it's a 10 out of 10, in my opinion. I would maybe say 9.9 out of 10. And that is just because there are a few things in the game that seem a little bit unbalanced, like they didn't have enough time to work on it, and it's a bit of a shame. And I'm pretty sure, and once again, I'm going to be blaming Activision because, like, had FromSoft be given more, like, time and resources and stuff and budget for the title, since Activision was the publisher, I think we could have seen a DLC. I think we could have seen some rebalancing patches to make some of the combat arts like more viable. Like Spiral Cloud Passage in particular feels a little underwhelming despite how cool it is. And just most of these, like One Mind, Dragon Flash, High Monk, like end game skills that you acquire that are still like not as good or as useful as like a bunch of other options. And they probably should have nerfed Ichimonji Double, because it's like, if they're not gonna like do buffs for some of these other ones, or you know, some kind of rebalancing, they could at least like nerf some of the ones that are kind of OP. And although I think a lot of these deserve buffs, to be real. Especially if they're endgame ones. Like, yeah, I forgot to do this. Like, yeah, the Mushin arts, like, these ones should be OP. Because you already have to get, like, pretty much the final skills in all the other trees to even acquire these. Like, yeah, Ashina Cross should be better. Living Force is pretty good. I think that's about where it needs to be. Shadow Rush should be better. And yeah, High Monk should definitely be better. But, and kind of same goes with some of the prosthetic tools. Like, I know I didn't use some of them at all, really, and I didn't use like every single one like to its fullest extent. So I can't really like speak on that in too much detail. But it definitely, I feel like there should have been more customization there. And I get it, the game is a little restrictive comparatively to like the Dark Souls games and stuff, but you have a ton of different prosthetic tools at your disposal and a ton of combat arts at your disposal. So even though you can't change your weapon to like a different type, which would have been sick, but I get it for narrative reasons. And gameplay reasons and balancing reasons and all that stuff. Despite everything, like they had a focus for the game, and it's amazing. So if I go back to the Inner Sanctum, I'm pretty sure. Actually, I'm not really sure. My child is still here. Okay.
Shinobi of the Divine Air, what would you ask of me? If you wish to return the he only need if he does.
Okay, but we already did that.
I've brought a persimmon.
Oh my.
Eat it.
Yes, I will.
What is it?
Oh, pay me no mind. The sweetness just brings me happiness. Shinobi of the Divine Air, I pray that you will bring Lord Kuro safely to me.
Yeah, because effectively it just... Yeah, there's no, like, post-game conversation, unfortunately, but yeah, whatever. That would have been cool. For any of the endings, you know, just like to have some like post-game differences, basically. But yeah, actually, I'm not sure I ever tried this either. If like after the Divine Dragon is down, I think they just deactivate the teleportation thing. Hmm. This place is still like just stunning. Easily one of my favorites in the entire game. Easily. But yeah, it's an amazing game. One of my favorites for sure. FromSoft is still my favorite developer, like, period. Like, whether it's Armored Core or, you know, Dark Soul, like any of the Soulsborns. Yeah, their games have, yeah, I have more of their games on, like, my top 10 than any other developer. Like, yeah, it's so freaking talented and skilled. Talent, like they iterate, you know. It's and they just kind of keep getting better, you know. I mean, you got something that works, just actually, let's go back here too, because I'm curious if Emma and Ishin are probably not here anymore. Would imagine. Oh no, she is.
Master Wolf, I'm glad you... Forgive me, but now's not a time for libations. Goodbye.
Can't really even talk to her anymore. Alright, fair enough. So you can't do anything with the sake at the end of the game. Because those are the three characters, Ishin, Emma and the sculptor, and yeah, can't give anything to any of them. But yeah, it's it's a wonderful game. Still, Sekiro is still one of my favorite games, like period. And yeah, there's one thing we didn't do in this playthrough, and that is in this series, and that is beat the game at max difficulty. So essentially, if you want the most punishing experience in the base game, you go Charmless, you have the Demon Bell, and playing at New Game Plus, 7. So that's when the difficulty like caps, basically. But yeah. I mean, there's not really much of any reason to do more than 4 playthroughs, because there's 4 endings and you can do everything like without save scumming with 4 playthroughs. So is there anything we can do with 2 right now? I mean, there is, but I mean, I could still get Shadowfall. So I don't know, I might do that for like a stream or something at some point if you guys want to see more of this. And yeah, as I mentioned with the Gauntlets of Strength, we didn't do the Mortal Journey, but there's really no reason to. But again, you know, could potentially for like a series of streams or something. But again, yeah, it's kind of the same thing. There's really no reason to. Like, it's not required for any trophies or anything like that. Like, basically did everything for the trophy list in this series. So, yeah. And that's why I wanted to call it the complete series, because most of the time when people play this game, they beat it once and then they put it down. They're like, I finally did it. Sweet, on to the next thing. And like, that's all well and good and fine, but this is definitely one of those games where I think the achievement list actually helps, like, gain the full experience, because I think to anybody who doesn't go through and like get all the endings at least, kind of missing out a little bit. Like, and then, you know, also getting all the upgrade tools, doing the side quests that are honestly kind of convoluted and not super important, especially Dojun? I forget which one it was. The doctor one, that one definitely seemed like very optional. Like, it was not fleshed out very well, in my opinion. A lot of the other ones, though, were interesting, definitely added to the experience, and gave some insight to the other characters and stuff. And, like, again, it's a focused experience, this game. It's not a lot of characters. There's not a lot of, you know, it's a bit more restrictive. It's a bit more terse, and it's actually kind of one of its strengths, you know? Like, the amount of stuff and the quality of stuff is like so good. So good. It is rare to find something like Dogen's Quest, or Dojun. I can't remember which one. Like, that's the only one I can think of where it's just obvious that they were gonna do more with it and then didn't. So, ugh. I like have this like bug bite on my arm that's like been annoying the crap out of me. So is it like it's a little bit of a shame that this game didn't get more love on release. Like it wasn't until like after the Game Awards 2019, like half a year after it came out, I think. I believe it came out in like summer 2019. Yeah, and it won Game of the Year for it won like all these awards. And then people were like, "Oh, I actually didn't play that and pick it up." And then they sold a bunch more copies, but it still didn't sell nearly as well as like a lot of their other things, like, you know, like Dark Souls 3, for example, like, which was the most recent game, I think, when this came out, before this came out. Yeah, I believe so. That sounds right. So it had been 3 years, right? Yeah, because 2016 was Dark Souls 3, and then 2019 was this game. So yeah, 3 years. Yeah, it was just one of those things. Like, it was such a departure from what people were used to. I think a lot of people, because a lot of players like actually started on Dark Souls 3 because it was such a huge deal. And then they're like, "Oh man, I feel like I should go back and play 1 and 2." You know, and there was a lot of that. And so, and you know, Dark Souls 3 was a phenomenon. It brought a lot of people in to like the FromSoft fandom. And yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, there's a lot of similarities between this and Armored Core 6 because like Elden Ring was the same way. Brought a bunch of people in for the very first time. And people who had never played Dark Souls or Armored Core or anything. And then yeah, and then Armored Core 6 came out after that. It'd be like, what is this? What? I mean, I'll try it, and thankfully there was a lot of people who did try it because of Elden Ring. And I think, yeah, it was the best-selling Armored Core game of all time, I'm pretty sure. But, and yeah, now they're, you know, doing Night Rain, which is also kind of different. And we should have that Armored Core 6 DLC confirmed, like, pretty soon. Honestly, I thought they were going to do it, like, before June. Because, like, they usually have, like, a summer game, and then I was like, well, end of May is Night Rain. That's kind of their summer thing, I guess. But they usually also have, like, a DLC in the works. For the longest time, kind of to supplement like the other things. So like 2025 has been pretty weird for FromSoft because like Night Rain is definitely a weird thing. It's like a strange offshoot that they haven't really done before. And like Armored Core 6 is still, like, I would say Night Rain is a spin-off game. Like, in the same way that, like, back in the day, like, Ninebreaker, Armored Core was a spin-off game. Or what was the other one? Formula Front was a spin-off game, Armored Core. It was still a release, just not, like, a full, like, entry. It's hard to explain. Different people use different terminology for it. I think spin-off game is like kind of the most self-explanatory. But yeah, that's kind of what they've been doing for like 10 years, is just like release a game. Well, actually, I guess more than 10, like 15 almost now. Yeah, actually 15, because Demon Souls was 2009, 2010. Yeah. And Dark Souls got a Dark Souls got a DLC, obviously. Artorias of the Abyss, I think is what they called it. Can't remember. Then yeah, Dark Souls 2 got like 3 DLCs. Because I'm assuming, because like, you know, the fan base was there and they needed time for the next gen stuff with Bloodborne, and then Bloodborne got its DLC, and then Dark Souls 3, which got 2 DLCs, and then this game, which never got DLC, but you know, it was also not published by Bandai Namco. So yeah, and then Elden Ring, you know, got Shadow of the Erdtree, obviously, and so now we got this new Armored Core 6, which kind of just exists in its own little bubble, seemingly. And I'm convinced, like 100% convinced, there is an expansion coming for it. Been following the SteamDB page for it for like a year now. And yeah, they've been adding tons of stuff to the game. At the time of recording, it's been almost a month since their last SteamDB update, which has been the longest dry spell in a while. But I think that's because of the recent Night Rain updates and like fixes and stuff. And yeah, there's really nothing on the horizon for a little bit, and like Switch 2 already launched, and like Dusk Bloods was confirmed for Switch 2, obviously, but that's not till like 2026 sometime. And yeah, I would say in beginning of July is looking pretty good. End of June, maybe. Like, we're still, I think we're gonna get that announcement pretty soon, honestly. And it could be, it's been almost a month since the last Armored Core 6 change, because you can just like check the change log on SteamDB. Maybe because it's almost ready, you know, like, because like they uploaded a new trailer a while back, made a few changes here and there, balanced stuff, and maybe they're also going to launch a complete edition on Switch 2, because they were working on Steam Deck compatibility, and now it has it. And I've heard through like the Cyberpunk 2077 news that apparently the Switch 2 build is basically the Steam Deck version. So I was like, oh, well, if that's all it takes to like essentially have a Switch 2 version of a game, is make sure it can run okay on the Steam Deck, then yeah, they'll probably want to release it on the newest console, like kind of like they're doing with Elden Ring, just with all the DLC, like a complete package that's like a little bit more, but you know, it's the base game plus like the new DLC, and yeah, sell like a bunch more copies, get a bunch more people into it. And I don't think they're gonna do crossplay, but maybe, you know, that'd be cool. There's been a lot of speculation as to the content and features and stuff they'd be adding, but yeah, it's a shame. Sekiro never got DLC, and apparently it was. I think I remember hearing they did have talks of it at one point, and then it was like canceled, or not canceled, but the idea was scrapped before it got started or something, which sucks. But anyway, oh, but next series, right? So we have the members' choice polls, right? So the channel members get to pick the series here on the channel, and let's go ahead and transition over to the outro, the members wall and everything. And yeah, so before we get going, a very special thank you going out to the amazing people who help make it possible. The current Farts and Crap Show members, which at the time of recording is Novellis Triconis, Aaron Schick, and 97 Johnny Boy, thank you so very much. Choosing to support the show a bit more directly via channel membership, it vastly helps out, very much appreciate it, and it is very much optional, so you guys are extra awesome for doing so. And if you want to be incredibly awesome like these amazing people and get in on all those membership benefits and, you know, help us keep the lights on and stay fed and everything, check out that join button down below. There's also if there's no join button for you, or in case YouTube actually is phasing out the join button, there's also a link in the description that talks about becoming a channel member that does the same thing. But yeah, before we talk about membership tiers and upcoming series and stuff like that, a quick little word on YouTube handles. That is Y97JohnnyBoy is an @ symbol in front of the screen name there. That is a handle. So they're unique identifiers on YouTube that help with a number of things, namely navigation. And he has a channel of his own. It's great stuff. Highly recommend it, which you can easily go check out just by going to youtube.com/@97JohnnyBoy, and it'll take you straight there because handles make URLs a lot shorter. You can also punch a handle into YouTube search. It will narrow down your results significantly. And since handles are 100% unique, it's another way to double check and make sure you're in the right place. But yeah. Membership tiers on this channel start at $3 a month. That's roughly 10 cents a day, gets you into all the basic stuff, including getting to vote on the series that get made here on the channel via the members' choice polls. It's a thing we do once a month for a full 7 days over in the membership tab, and that is how all of the series get decided. So we will have one starting... when is this one coming out? This episode is supposed to come out on the 22nd. So starting tomorrow, actually. It will be the final week of June 2025, so it will be posted on the 23rd and run until the end of the month. And I don't know what it's going to be deciding at the time of recording. I need to go over some of the details and stuff. But in previous members' choice polls, we had the series to follow this one. The winner for that one was going to be Hollow Knight. And the series to follow Wind Waker HD was going to be Sifu. That's still true, but those are going to be swapped because Wind Waker HD is going to be going for quite a while after the series is over. And from what I've heard, Sifu is a shorter game. And Hollow Knight is also going to be a complete series, so that's going to take a lot of time because Hollow Knight is a big beefy game with a good amount of DLC. So yeah, the day after tomorrow, Sifu will be starting. And then once that's done, or depending on where Wind Waker HD is, Hollow Knight will be starting, and because the evening slot, Wind Waker episodes and Sekiro episodes, always come out in the evening slot, which is 11 p.m. Eastern. And so we have Sifu and Hollow Knight coming up, and then also after one of those, Cyberpunk Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be starting, which will coincide with CD Projekt Red's 2.3 update for the game, which kind of looking forward to that, honestly. But beyond that, we don't have... Oh, no, and to follow Pokemon Emerald Randomized Nuzlocke, Final Fantasy IX is going to be the next Retro Classic series. But beyond those, we don't have anything picked out yet. So, Members' Choice Poll might be something stream-related. That's actually why Dead Space Remake came back, because it was a Members' Choice Poll winner. And so yeah, between those next series that are coming up, Final Fantasy IX is going to take a while for sure. That's going to be going for quite some time. Hollow Knight probably will as well. Cyberpunk will as well. So yeah, it might be something stream related. More than likely. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, all that's over on the membership tab. If you're a new channel member, you can vote on as many of the previous ones that you may have missed as you'd like. Basically, they stay open until you leave your input. And, but yeah, every month for a full week, we have a new one. So, and yeah, memberships go month by month. So, even if you're just a member for 1 month, you can get in on a current Members' Choice Poll as well as, like, you know, vote on the previous ones that you missed, and they'll still be influencing the content that gets made here for quite some time, because retroactive input on previous polls is considered for future ones. But yeah, sorry, I know that was like a massive info dump these past like half an hour, but yeah, I think that's gonna do it for today and this series. So yeah, day after tomorrow will be episode 1 of Sifu. And I do hope you guys enjoyed this series as much as I enjoyed making it for you guys. Again, Sekiro is just one of my favorite games, period. And hopefully we get a sequel someday, or a follow-up of some kind. But yeah, till next time. You all have a beautiful day, and take care, and thanks for watching.